Therefore, mom say a energy minister, a honorable Jinapo, a brana NDC for aiding a MPP for free abemuno, or the insemble banana a betuja, just say, or the MPP for coin, just say, no money na I say, a fine electricity, a energy sector, or no bill beer, a timmy I say, containers, I raya, a kaya 5, a pen, just say, dun lightning a day. A tea for audience may be nine a betuja. Say a NDG4 or man to tom no ye and a containers 8 meter free pot. Until for a MPP for man to me no ye and just say tea for dumsor any ever sign ababu. It for air energy study audience may be 9 Now when a couple say a year containers or say I it made a echo in the energy MPP4 NDC4 or now to monoing SC a honabujin apostle Eddie in semi benign air to ja. I mean, Sabern. I ordinary TV, best also subscribe to ordinary TV like never share do ya no sa on my net on sin when any sebe to ya be a share. Mesha se beche brain akuti eye in semwa eye etifo o me de 80 to the number. Yanko je nsem chemu na de embrace ya ne ba eye ordinary TV di na ba somo me da ubriasi so nyambre ehwe me.
Reconcile the figures to see what it means. And let's be very frank. There was a rush into the media to create a certain impression that something was done, something wrong had happened. That was it. Now we are being told that 2,600 something have been found at the same port. Let's.
Chairman, first of all, I think that we have to be consistent. He said, oh, the minister's tone is not different. And that what they heard on TV or radio is that containers are miraculously missing. That's a very mischievous way of presenting the narrative. No. Let's face it. Then he makes it look like the minister went and said miraculously missing. No, you said that. Look, that's what that's the implication. No. Chairman, I'm minister and I'm a member of parliament. Please, when you were speaking, I kept quiet and listening. No, please. But why didn't you marry the two? That you said that the minister is now sober. So what we heard on radio, no, that means I wasn't sober. Make it clear that I've always been sober. I've remained consistent. And I said that it's a committee report that was sent to me that 1,300 of the containers, when they couldn't find them, you can say they are missing. But if something is missing, you look for it. What is wrong with looking for missing containers? What is the problem? Let's even assume it's missing. Let's take it that they were missing. Or whatever. But if they can't find them, they are missing. If they were not missing, they would have found them. If it's missing, but you are saying you held a press conference and said they were not missing. You were categorical. And then that is it. So let it be so. Then what is the issue? Then where is the argument? There's no argument.
Which means they were not missing. They were not missing.
So what is it? No, let's even assume they were not missing. What is the issue?
But then the narration is totally different now. It's different now.
I don't even see the argument. The committee brought a report. They told me that they couldn't find 1,300. The objective is to find every single container. For me, that is the most important thing, and not to engage in semantics. Semantics is not what will resolve the problem. What will resolve the problem is to account for every single container. Then two, Mr. Chairman, why did we get here? Who slept on the job and allowed that breach, such abuse, such misuse of state resources, that under your supervision, you are supposed to spend 900 and you go spending 8.3 billion. Not 1 year, but 2 years. Who won't be here? That should be the focus. That under whose supervision did we see this rot? That you do everything through sole sourcing without recourse to public procurement authority? Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot be allowed to stand. Semantics is not what will resolve the problem. What will resolve the problem is to account for every single container. Then two, Mr. Chairman, why did we get here? Who slept on the job and allowed that breach, such abuse, such misuse of state resources, that under your supervision, you are supposed to spend 900 and you go spending 8.3 billion. Not 1 year, but 2 years. Who won't be here? That should be the focus. Under whose supervision did we see this rot? That you do everything through sole sourcing without recourse to public procurement authority? Ladies and gentlemen, this cannot be allowed to stand.
There's a news item on the front page of the Daily Graphic informing Ghanaians that the missing containers have been retrieved. These are the words of Daily Graphic. First of all, the minority vehemently disagreeing with the position that it has been retrieved. Indeed, they were not missing. We are being told that the containers have suddenly been found at the same Tema port, as has been reported by the Daily Graphic. Now, if you recall, we were told that 2,491 containers, uncleared ones. This was an information from ECG to the minister, the new minister. The minister subsequently set up a committee to investigate these uncleared containers. It turned out, according to the committee, that out of the 2,491 containers that were uncleared, close to about 1,134 were missing, and these were the words of the minister. Subsequently, we saw videos of the minister in the company of some national security operatives raiding some companies, and we're told that these were part of the missing containers. Today, we've been told that a total of 2,637, twice the number that were missing, purportedly missing, have suddenly been found at the same temple. This is a very, very strange development, and we are calling on the minister to come clean with all the facts in relation to this particular missing containers. Indeed, if you recall, the then board chairman of the ECG, our leader, who is celebrating his birthday today, was called upon to virtually resign, and that he has superintended over the missing containers. Today we are being told by the same group of people that indeed the containers were not just missing, they just did not do their audits very well, and they've been found at the same Tema port that we're told were missing. So please, ladies and gentlemen, the position of the minority is that we are calling on the minister to appear before us in Parliament to give us a full brief of the entire details of what has transpired for the past 3 months when this same issue of missing containers appeared. But we have to make this position very clear that we vehemently oppose the headline from Daily Graphic that says that the containers have been retrieved. They have not been retrieved. They have been found. They were not missing, as per the publication from Daily Graphic. Thank you very much.
Redefine it, retune it, and ensure that due diligence is done through the process so we have value for money.
And finally, we also have been told that probably the interference of political class could be blamed for some of these discrepancies. So, for instance, they are asking maybe an independent state institution must undertake the overhauling, the investigation, and the entire process. Is that a position you share, or because there's a political class that plays a critical role in the day-to-day running of, the critical power sector player like ECG, we really cannot do without the political players in this particular issue?
Well, if we choose to be disciplined, we can manage even the political interference. Are you interfering in the process to make it better, or you want to interfere to make it worse? That's what we need to direct our attention to. And we believe that that sort of interference has not bode well for UCG over the past decades. And earlier politicians ceased to meddle in the affair of UCG unnecessarily, the better for the power sector.
Nana Amwesi, the 7th, thank you so much for your time this evening. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Oh, I forget the name. Papa Nico for Taquano. And Yadiko ECG. me see Ghana for NPP for na trans say e kwa be ne betuma fa so betuma sabotage NDC e the ECG nkwa na be me ne wo kasa Madina da bia off is le go off ba bia ya dum no 2 hours 3 hours sa na omde yes sa ni nyina ye nkrofo me say send ayi John Jinapo onya ayi no nam no ba bi onam no bola so no hwe container wonya ayi da ba bi onam me monya container no hwe
national security
correct onya ni dia ne say district managers ni officers ni adade no on change san nkrofo ni nyina yes NDC go be bia nya na mo hyeda o fort bia ni ba bia ni ba bia ye dum ni tata minutes ni aso no 2 hours ye do sa